Guys, we've got Team Chaser coverage of the first day of school. To some, it was a school nightmare. Bill Anderson, you were in Paterson. Alex, you are in Newark. I want to start with Bill Anderson. What's going on in Paterson?
Yeah, it's the first day of school for many across New Jersey, and while most are meeting their teachers and adjusting to class, there are some conflicts. Alex will get into Newark, but I spent the morning in Paterson. The school district is starting the year with almost 100 vacant teaching positions on the first day of school. I went to the Board of Education. I went to a couple different schools. As of last week, they had 130 vacancies. They filled 50 through aggressive hiring. But I spoke to the Deputy Superintendent and asked, why didn't you plan better for this?
We did have quite a few retirements. We also had resignations. And you have resignations because staff members want to keep their health benefits throughout the summer. And then they give you a resignation letter late in the summer.
So most of the vacancies are in special education and English learning classes, which are traditionally harder to fill. So while they start the year with those difficult classes, subs will be in place. If there's a silver lining, they told me that in a tough economy, there are plenty of education jobs available in Paterson if you're willing to go there and work.
So we're continuing to recruit and pursue all avenues to fill those 80 vacancies.
The district also said they wanted to put it in context. There are over 50 schools in Paterson, so they said they don't want to overstate the impact of 80 to 100 missing teachers spread over 50 schools. But they also followed up by saying, check out their website. There are positions available, everything from school nurse to vice principal, and lots of teachers.
You know what Paterson needed? Paterson needed that $100 million from Facebook, because that solved all of Newark's problems, right? Alex, you're in Newark. How are we doing with the schools there?
Well, it's not just the first day of school in Newark. It's the first day of the One Newark plan, the controversial overhaul of the school, a system that's being done by Christie appointee Cammie Anderson. Now, some parents are so mad with the changes that include schools that were closed, busing for kids, taking kids from community-based schools. They're keeping their kids out of school entirely. Like parent Darren Martin, he's got a second grader and a sixth grader. Both of them are home today because of his objections to the new plan. Darren, thanks for being here. Can you just quickly tell us what the problem is with this new plan?
Well, the biggest problem is that it's really a plan that wasn't discussed with parents in the community. It was really kind of a top-down thing that I'm going to send your kids to this school and you have no say-so. And then it's really not, parents don't feel included when things like that happen. So instead of us listening to somebody that's going to try to intimidate us and bully us around, as Cammie Anderson's tried to do, parents have decided to leave their kids home.
If I'm understanding him, their big objection is that the parents were not consulted. Is he looking back to the good old days a couple years ago when the Newark school system was providing a great education for the kids?
Well, one of the big, we have a couple things here. One, the state has been in control of the schools here for 19 years. So the state bears some of the burden here. That's one part of it. But then you can't call a school charter and then believe that's going to make it better. If people really look at the statistics, most of the charter schools are failing. What you need, the great formula for a school, is you need some active and concerned parents. You need some administrators, some great administrators, principals, vice principals, and people that care. And you need laser-focused students, but then you need a school board that backs them up.
And it seems that charter schools are part of the issue here, too. A lot of people have mentioned that.
What a brilliant solution for your children. You're frustrated with the school, so don't send them. I'm a little irritated by the fact that this is how parents are taking matters into their own hands. And they should also look at the numbers. I mean, these are according to Governor Christie's office, but early childhood enrollment in Newark, which is crucial to childhood development, has increased by more than 1,000 students. We've seen graduation rates increase by 10%. We've got performance-based pay, which is incredibly difficult to implement in a tenure system. Change is painful, but change was undoubtedly necessary in the Newark school system.
We hear about how uninvolved parents can be. I look at Darren and say, maybe we need more Darren Martins than Cammie Andersons. Because if anybody's going to move the system forward, it's going to be the parents and not the government bureaucracy.
This is our defining moment here to make sure we take a stand, because if we allow them to do this here in Newark, it's going to happen all throughout the state.
And I think that at this press conference, they said there have been scattered reports, but some schools already reporting 50% attendance at best. So it seems that this is
But let's be honest, and I think part of what they're doing is bringing Cammie Anderson to the table. Let's be honest, the biggest criticism people have about Newark is Cammie Anderson. Decentralizing schools, not a problem. Closing failing schools, not a problem. Merit-based promotion of teachers, not a problem. But you've got somebody who won't meet with the community, won't talk to the community, so they're pushing back against her, not even so much the program.
We've given her a fair shake. She's been here since 2011, and we've tried as a community to be rational about things and speak with her. She only wants to speak to certain parents that agree with her. Once you disagree with her, she shuts down. And to me, that's not a leader. A transformational leader is somebody who sits with everybody, and you can agree to disagree about things.
I applaud you, Darren, and I think it's about time that parents get angry, get involved, and you know what? Change sometimes has to start at the bottom with the students. So I appreciate your efforts, and hopefully somebody can start turning Newark around.